Hello everyone, Dr. Morris here on YouTube. We've got Indiana Banana here from Indiana. And we thought we would film this a little bit just for the fun of it, to show you kind of how these interviews go here. Indiana comes with us with quite a few problems here, and I thought it might be interesting for you to view this. Mr. You want to use your right name?
Sure, David Wood.
David Wood. He's taking the course, going to be a practitioner here, at least working with others. He's starting his own YouTube site, so this guy's really head into this. But we wanted to show you what kidney failure really looks like, and talk about his issues, and his lovely wife here, and the one that gets out and chops wood is 71 years old, clears out a forest, jogs. My God, I'm telling you, I'm amazed at you. You really, you can, and you would too if it wasn't for those, those things. That
I'd run with her if I could run.
I know. But let's take a look, Chris, at Dave's legs here, and you'll show he's got squamous cell, and
this right here, it is shrinking. Through fruits and vegetables, by the way, folks.
Yeah.
Stay away from Mohs procedure if you can.
Yeah. And the other leg's the same way there.
This one here started, what the doctor called originally was psoriasis.
Oh.
He missed that one.
Yeah.
But a biopsy showed this to be squamous cell carcinoma. It is shrinking. It was twice that size.
Yeah. It does
shrinking. Well. Fruits and vegetables, again, works.
Yeah.
It just takes longer time instead of a knife.
And we've looking at the lymph system, they call that venous insufficiency, and we've talked about that before. That this is the problem with medical thinking, is that they blame your blood system for this when this is really the lymph system. And then we were looking at David. We found out he's got a knot up here on his neck. His shoulders are real tight here. He's not moving lymph here. He still has these tonsils, but I'm looking at his eyes. I see hazel eyes. And hazel eyes, we talked about that before, with a brown around the pupil, the chronic bowels. Well, at 15, he's had an appendectomy. So Dave's got a fairly numerous issues related to the kidneys. His creatinine is 1. He's got prostate 3.1, but was 6, so you brought that down good. Mm-hmm. So you start to see he's a diabetic type 2, which that's the adrenal glands. He used to weigh 330 pounds. Look at him now. So he's done well, yeah. But he got with a co-op and started drinking raw Jersey. Raw milk, didn't know any better.
Didn't know any better.
And so, but he's coming off of that. He's got numerous issues, and we're kind of going over his case, and thought you guys might like to see how we go over a case. And we've already been talking for quite some time, but we'll just kind of go over these things. You have quite a history here. You were born dead. And I had to those.
You better explain that.
Yeah. Well, I did. You just didn't want to come to this planet. That was the thing, Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, he had the cord wrapped around him and everything. It's a breech birth, but they saved him. But he's got quite a history here. Cholera. Then he had the Saint
Vitus dance.
Vitus dance, and I've really never heard that. Korea, but then
Korea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I never heard it called that. Appendectomy at 15, mumps at 18, serious male problem here at that age, cysts at 19. You got shot himself, it looks like, here at one time. Man, what didn't you do? Diagnosed with diabetes. He has had a lot of kidney stones. Of course, the kidneys were inflamed then. Back in March here, you had 4 stones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something else. And then he's got some neuropathy, of course. He's had laser surgeries. He's had cataracts removed. He has swelling of the esophagus. And, we talked about this, those chronic bowels and that interstitial lymphatic constipation, swelling everything. Mm-hmm. So this is swollen like the prostate. And it just swells. Well, what can you do about that? And this is why you have to get this out of here. You feel it back here with the knots. You're swollen here. You're going to get that out. You've been chronic in the bowels since birth. And you really want to get that out of there, because that's acid just chewing on you.
How come a doctor's never told me that?
I don't know. Well, it's like you said. You said a physician needs to go to school, what, 4 years?
4 years and 1 month.
Study this for go to school and learn the crap, and then go with us for 1 month, and you got it.
And you learn healing.
Yeah. He's had 7 polyps on a colonoscopy, so you know, going back, that your lymph system popping through there. You know, when you see a stalactite, where's it coming from? And obviously that's coming from in the wall.
Would you recommend more colonoscopies? I've only had
No,
one, and I didn't
recommend-
want to go anymore.
No, I don't. I recommend you really getting after your bowels, really getting, that lymph is so key to you. You're in kidney failure. Your legs, that's typical kidney failure here to the point, and this has been a long time, because for you to get squamous cell, you're really chewing on yourself there. And you just got to really get your lymph moving. You know, get your kidneys filtering that. And he's been working this for, what, several months now, and your urine is still clear.
Yeah.
See, that's what I've been talking about. That's why we went up to 2 kidney formulas. That's why I was telling Dave here, we put the astringents in the formulas there. You know, even though the lymphatic formulas are considered your cancer formulas, and you'd think they're astringent, because look at black salve. You were talking about black salve, pulling that right out of there. But
what does that cure? Nothing.
Nothing. Doesn't cure it. It definitely gets rid of the immediate problem, but doesn't cure it, because you'll go right back because you're not moving lymph. You know, it's not about venous insufficiency at all. Now it can. When we talked about this earlier, it can impact the blood, where then you get poor blood flow, and then you're having blood problems. And if you look at your blood work, the other thing I said to you before is your blood work concerns me about low platelets. I think you ought to look at your spleen. This many years like that, you got to look at spleen or bone marrow. So we want to build that up in you. You're only 72. You want to get that taken care of.
Just
You
a
had
child.
an ulcer on the heel. Yeah. Heck yeah, you got to get out and chop wood with your wife there.
Oh my
I
God.
can't believe you cleared a forest almost.
Yeah.
Amazing. So he runs, his blood sugars are running about 120 now. He's controlling them. He was on raw milk for a long. He just quit milk about a year ago,
Well,
right?
in October.
Yeah. So you've got a lot of years to make up for with all that. Where you heard raw milk was good for you. You know, I sold raw milk back in the late 60s, early 70s. And raw milk cheeses was in. Dr. Jensen used to give raw milk cheeses, whole grain products, in his Health Valley Ranch. Well, that wasn't, he wasn't a vitalist. So that was what certain level of people thought. And even that has been very congesting to you. You see that. So most of you have seen our questionnaire here. We have an in-depth questionnaire, and we're kind of going through that. So we'll put you through some of that agony, and I'll show you how we kind of go through this with Dave, and then we'll cut this. Your lady's going to come in and film. Dave's got his own YouTube channel, and he's really heading down the road here, so you might want to hit his YouTube channel.
And I'll be back in April to see you in class.
Oh, that's going to be good. Well, that's 5 days of this. You only need 5 days. 1 year and 5 days.
Yeah.
But you've done good with your test here. And like I said, this is probably the most important area is your protocols. You learn your protocols, because really what it is can you get that person well? Can you take that person from where you are and get them into a healthy state? And that's the key. So it's just learning protocols. You know, the diet is simple. It's not difficult. It's just there's been this tear between the vegetables versus the fruit, and you'll see a big difference when you step up to the fruit.
We snacked on cantaloupe and grapes all the way down.
Good.
From
You're
Indiana.
going to need that, and I would hit that hard. I would even think about a 10 to 20 day grape fast, or working my way, playing with that. I know you're going to enter the cold up there, guys. So this is where the self-discipline's going to take in, because it was cool this morning.
Yeah.
What do you guys have, 40s or 50s in the
Right
morning?
now, this morning it was 60s
Was it really?
in Evansville.
In October, it'll get cool.
Yeah, I love October in Indiana. Boy, I love that.
Beautiful.
But it's
Well,
going
in
to
Brown County, where you're from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I say, I go to Shipshewana a lot.
Do you?
And, oh, yeah. Well, I've got a lot of Amish friends. I got a lot of Amish healers. Matter of fact, about every year at the class, we have a lot of Amish friends. And one, Willie up in Shipshewana's got a big health.
Yeah.
He's a practitioner up there. He's got a lot of guys working for him. Got a lot of good people up there. And they're into raw. You know, we're all getting raw. And a lot of Amish dairy farmers, of course, have converted to other farming, which is good, because we got to stop the dairy farming. What's it for?
I mean, for baby cows.
Yeah, for
But
baby
it's-
calves. And you know, I'd rather see fruit farms and vegetable farming because we got to feed, right? Remember we talked about that overpopulation thing. Did you guys catch the Prophets of Doom the other night on the History Channel? Watch that one. That really scare you. So, but see, you're not. When I shook your hand, you were warm. You don't have a thyroid, so you're going back to blood sugar metabolism problems, type 2. So your weight, you know, was based upon your adrenal glands.
Let me explain that in 2005, when I weighed 330, I was on 12 prescription drugs. You know, I was following the lead of the other drummers.
Wow.
And I have zero right now, zero pharmaceuticals except for what they want to control as glaucoma in the eyes. So I'm on 4 of those, but I want to pull away off of those.
Okay, so let's go to glaucoma for a minute. Now you said, well, what's this knot on the back of his neck? Is this lymph? But then I let you feel his shoulder as hard as a rock, particularly on that right side. It was like a rock there. Well, what's glaucoma? That's pressure, right? But that's not blood pressure. That's lymph pressure. And you can see, and then you made a comment that you had short of breath at times, you know, an endurance thing. That's going back to your adrenals, the neurotransmitters, the things that control the kidneys. You're short in, so you don't have the endurance you would like. But you've already had cataracts, which is cholesterol. So what's this is glaucoma? What's this pressure? That's the lymph system, and that's the worst kind of pressure because it's an acid pressure. You've got to get this out of there, man, because MACD is its brother in a sense, you know, because acids will just keep chewing you up. So to get rid of that pressure out of your eyes, you don't want to put holes in the eyes. That's like tubes in kids' ears. You don't want holes in your eyes. What do you want to do? You want to move your lymph. You have lymph, and you're a good case to show you how lymph is invading your problems everywhere. From the polyps to the kidney stone to the tumor to the lightheaded dizzy. Remember, that's the cerebellum here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you
Loss
got
of balance.
Loss of balance. That's cerebellum. You got the pressure in the eye. So, to me, you're a great case for lymph. You should go to medical school, and we'll take you in there and say, here's a great lymphatic case. And you are, man. It's right down the, yes.
And usually his hands are freezing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So you're doing much better
see,
than
this is coming along.
You are doing good.
Only my right hand was cold. My left hand's fine.
No. Well, then that might not have been thyroid because, Dave, you're so tight on your right side here, in your lymph system, your muscle. I thought I was pushing a rock. Now, that means your lymph is just locked there. But that's anionic. That's what happens in an acid medium. After years, it becomes solid. And then you can get, you know, really hard. So you actually could get numbness in this hand, poor blood flow, not from a blood problem, from a lymph problem, locking down on that nerve or blood flow. And yeah, you really got to move your lymph.
I got a feeling you're going to wrap me up a good program.
I got a feeling I better, right? Coming all the way here from Indiana.
Yeah.
So I go back to adrenals. Now, you had AFib at one time.
That I beat
You did.
with nutrition.
You're actually going to be a two-pager here.
2 pages.
Yeah,
Wow.
you're going to be a two-pager, Dave. But you know what? You're going to do well. You're focused good. You know exactly what you got to do.
Yeah.
I love your attitude. You're really getting yourself right down at the big issue. And the fact that was this big and now it's this big, excellent. And I like what you're thinking is that I could pull it out with black salve, but what remedy would that give me? Well, if you couldn't get it out and remove that naturally, you would want to pull it. See, some tumors, their kidneys are so stubborn, but that also tells me that your kidneys are filtering, even though you don't see a lot of sediment. That wouldn't be going down if you weren't pulling that out.
Good.
So that's good. Yeah. So you can rest assured that you're moving that. If you can't move your lymph, That's not going to go anywhere. We've got people with tumors, we just can't get them. They actually grow because we can't get their lymphs to drain. And so, yeah. But you're moving, so I'm real proud of you. You're going to do well. The peripheral neuropathy, that'll all go away.
Good.
That'll all go away.
You're the first one to say that.
No, that's a given. That'll all go away. And you just got to get your lymph moving, get these acids out, and your neuropathy will all go away. You'll enjoy that. You'll enjoy all of this. I'm worried about here with you. Let's get this out of here. But with those hazel eyes, that's that chronic bowel, and you probably were definitely, like you said, born with that.
So I didn't realize I was a blue-eyed. I didn't realize I was born blue eyes because my whole family's brown eyes, and I grew up as a brown-eyed person mostly, but with coloration, especially I think on my left eye, discoloration, almost a yellowish
Wow, yellowish.
discoloration. I got a photograph of.
Well, we're going to get one today, and we'll just see if that's not sulfur. And you made the comment to me that his eyes is getting lighter, so that you might zoom in over on her and look at those bags under her eyes right there. Oh, I know. But I mean, for your age, look how fit you look. And the fact you're out there tearing down a forest with an axe at 71 years old.
That's because I won't let her use a chainsaw.
Us Hoosiers, you can't bring us down, can you? Did you give her a chainsaw or something?
No, he won't let me use it. He'd rather I cut my leg off with an axe.
I saw
a chainsaw can get away from you.
I know, it can.
Yeah.
Type 2, you're only 120, so I wouldn't worry about that blood sugar.
Okay.
I just keep going and get my adrenals up. That means your cortisol up, your low testosterone, which, like I said, is to your benefit, because if you were higher testosterone with that PSA, you'd be climbing like crazy, because testosterone is acidic. So they give Lupron to shut down the production of testosterone when you have prostate cancer, so because they know that it's an acid and it's going to burn you more. But sometimes they either don't tell you what they know or they're just repeating what they heard. I don't know. So you'll have to get, but you want that PSA below 1.
So with your iridology, what more do you think you would see?
I would see the level of this problem. I would see the level of the lymph problem. What's nice is you can tell through symptomology just about everything. It's such an easy look. That's why, even though this questionnaire is a little in-depth, we also know that everything's just a bunch of cells. 2 major fluids control the health of the cells. One's blood, one's lymph. We also know that there's only 2 sides of chemistry. So obviously when you see the swelling, the stiffness, the tightness, the pressures, we know that's the lymph system, that's not the blood. We also know that because it's acidic, you're seeing the stone formation, you're seeing the loss of calcium out of the structure of the kidney, you're also seeing your elevated cholesterols. So then you're seeing your cataracts, you're seeing your lump, you're seeing all these things. So that's pretty easy to diagnose in a sense, or analyze. But the eyes show us to what degree. And with a hazel eye like that, and you see the chronic bowel, it only makes sense that you lost your appendix at 15. That even tells us back then that this was probably a genetic weakness that you had, and that you had a serious chronic bowel at that time. Well, I just talked about this morning, how the transverse bowel controls the upper brain area. And you can see where you're having a hard time draining this, and now you're getting the glaucomas, the lymph pressure, you're getting the vertigo, you're getting all those things, you're getting the knot, the little tumor, you're getting all of those things. So you just reverse all that, though. Now you know little Jersey has to be good for little baby Jersey and not for... But you know, this is what we got into, and there's a lot of these things, you know, raw milks, lots of water, all these things that are just not true at all. And you're breaking through all that illusion.
Yeah, I was under the illusion you had to have that half your body weight in water.
Water ounces. And
I know, which made me think about a gorilla, 700-pound gorilla. Do they take 350 ounces of water a day? No.
Exactly. No, they don't. And the thing of it is that if you're too acidic, you'll bloat up real bad and actually cause more pressure problems in the body and more edemic problems. And it's like, no, you can, like if you have lung cancer, you can fill those lungs up twice as fast. Well, that's just another trip to have them aspirated. No, we have to be smart in moving lymph. And that's a cationic experience through base chemistry, which is alkaline chemistry. It's just consuming that and getting those kidneys and adrenals. And you can see your adrenals are sitting right there, and they're not turning on the kidneys. They're not giving you the steroids you need, so you're having the blood sugar problems. So it's getting more into those adrenal glands. What's your blood pressure?
Textbook. It's recently been 120. Well, most recent one was 127/66.
Yeah. When I look at your case and I'm going, wow, we have lymphatic legs bad. We've got pressure all over the place. You really should have much higher blood pressure. Mm-hmm. So I just want to tell you that the deeper you dig in here, you're going to see some real low blood pressure. So you're not going. You might even feel a little dip in energy, not from the lack of the foods, because you and I are talking about the magnetic levels of raw foods, but just from the fact of really weak adrenals. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't dip way down toward 100 in your blood pressure.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Is that anything to be concerned about?
No. Well, it's just showing you where the problem is, the adrenal glands. So she's going to come in here in a little bit and check both of your blood pressures, both arms. Mm-hmm. Remember, we're looking at kidneys on the bottom, adrenals on the top. She's going to check yours too, because with these kind of kidneys here, you're going to run a little low blood pressure yourself. But I mean, you're kicking to have that kind of energy to go out and an axe and take down a field of trees.
Yeah. Now, she had cataract surgery just a few weeks ago, and her blood pressure sitting in the office was 200/100, 110, I think. So she is now on Lotensin.
They wouldn't do the cataract surgery if my blood pressure that high.
Just going in there knowing you were going to have cataract surgery
Right.
would make my blood pressure 200
too.
over
Oh,
110.
Me too.
Well, remember, this is cholesterol plaquing. You're going to have things similar, maybe not as intense, but you're going to have things similar because your kidneys are down too. So you're going to see the cholesterol come in. It doesn't matter what your blood serum cholesterol. You could sit there and say, look, my blood cholesterol is perfect, and die tomorrow of a heart attack from collisions of cholesterol in the vascular, because it's not what your blood serum level is doing, it's what is it doing inside of you. How is cholesterol helping you? Mm-hmm. See, and so that's what cataracts are. That tells you already that you're plaquing it a little bit, which means you're acidic. Like when you get out and you work like that and you're taking down all these trees, you're creating a lot of lactic acid, you're creating a lot of acid.
Oh.
Are you eliminating that acid? See, that's the key. And like you can see in your legs, you're not eliminating, that's acidosis big time. You know you're not eliminating it. Mm-hmm. But it could be the blood and the hemoglobin. Another thing, showed me his hair analysis, and he was off the charts in lead. Now he did through 44 chelation therapies, brought it down a little bit, but I think you brought it more down when you went right after it with the greens. Mm-hmm. I really think that really took it way on down to nothing. But if you look at your upper heavy metals, you're up and down with a lot of these metals. Your arsenic is gone. Well, now what's interesting, you didn't have arsenic, and then suddenly you did. Huh, interesting, huh? Well, the lymph system houses a lot of
I was actually
chemicals.
too heavy in copper at one time, too, and we took that out with B6 and mag.
Interesting. The copper is the kidneys. How interesting. And B6 and magnesium is for kidney stones. Mm-hmm. Here, his creatinine is 1 in his blood work. His platelets are low. He's got a few low things. But other than that, blood looks pretty good.
Gee, something looks good.
Nah, you're good. You don't even bruise easy. So I'm looking at your parathyroid not being bad. Atrial fib at one time. Again, I just think you're really working on the kidneys and adrenals. You have a stent in your left knee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So really, not bad. I mean, again, the picture of your eyes will show us every cell in your body. You snore, so that's congestion right there. No sleep apnea, right?
No.
Kidney stones. Yeah, that's what I see right there. He still has his tonsils.
It's gotten to the point where I can't even lay flat on a bed without getting dizzy. So I've been sleeping in a lazy boy for about 6-7 years.
Wow. For 6 or 7 years?
It's the most comfortable sleep I've ever had. That's a commercial for Lazy Boy, but
Is it electric? Is it a power one?
no.
Oh, man.
I got to work at it myself.
See, now here's a brother, had Hodgkin's at age 57. So here's a lymphatic issue big time. Here's a grandmother with kidneys. Here's a mom with lungs, a dad with pancreatic liver, so GI tract basically. All right. So we'll look at those things, but you're off. These meds are all for glaucoma. They give you enough meds for glaucoma?
4.
Here's 4 of them.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do with lymph pressure? You can't squeeze it out. Where are they going to push it? Where are they going to pull it? You know, we could drill some more holes in those eyes of yours and take care of that.
I think I'd pass on that.
Yeah. So we just wanted to show you kind of how we do things here. And Indiana Banana wanted to, we wanted to show you his legs and what we see in here a lot. And a real good guy that's really tearing into this. He's seeing improvements already. His lovely wife, we're going to go over her case now. But we just wanted to do a short video here and just introduce you. I had some great comments from you, Dave, and really appreciate that. And all the guys on the YouTube, it's just been really great.
I'm looking forward to seeing more cases too on your channel.
Well, we're going to. We just, again, we don't film them. We've never made that a case because I'm one of those guys, just heal them up next. That's how it is with us. It's just one right after another. We don't have time to sit there and go, well, and a lot of ours are out of state, just like you, or we have a lot of out of country people. So it's really hard. I wanted to shoot a cancer video. I have one, but it's an old one, shot at my house. But I wanted to bring a new one in and just bring, maybe 50, 100 people that's have all levels of cancers, but they're all around the world. And it's like, I wonder who would have to pay for that. But I would love to somehow put some videos together like that. Would that be good?
Oh, tremendous video library of that.
Well, we're going to now. I got the Fox News has interviewed me a lot and stuff, so we have stories out there, a lot of newspaper articles, and I did a lot of radio. I stuck a lot of people on radio, so I have stacks of cassettes, but it doesn't do anything for videos,
Yeah.
So that's why this. So this will make a nice show, and then we want you back and show that gone.
I'll come back for that.
Yeah, definitely want that gone, man.
Yeah.
All righty. Anything else you want to say?
Have a good life.
Have a good life.
It's
All
fun.
righty. Thanks, Chris, for coming in and helping us. We'll be back to you guys. I'll try to get your questions answered as soon as possible. We're very busy, but we'll get to them. And thank you. We love you all. Bye-bye.